What is up, YouTube? This is JG, always on topics. Well, thank you for viewing my channel. Leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. So we're going to talk about the fight that went down in Shreveport and a black man being arrested that goes by the name of Trevor Moses. So what happened was Trevor, you know, got into a fight with this other guy who's a different, opposite color of him, from a sucker punch, because the guy sucker punched him and Trevor reacted with a fist of his own, and it didn't end too well for that guy. So let me play that clip.
Lost his life following a fight on Shreveport City streets. NBC6 News has exclusively obtained video of what led up to that incident and who initiated the confrontation. Good evening, and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Dan Jovic. Shreveport police say their investigation into an assault outside of a nightclub is now a investigation. It is our top story tonight. The surveillance video obtained exclusively by NBC6 News shows what unfolded on a public sidewalk on Sunday, January 26th, just after 5:30 in the morning. The video shows 25-year-old Trevor Moses apparently getting into an argument with several women. 43-year-old Christopher Temple, who is wearing the white baseball hat, steps in and directs the women away from that argument. The group then walks on North Spring Street towards Travis Street. That's when the video shows Christopher Temple punching Trevor Moses as Moses is talking to another man. According to police, the men continued to fight for several minutes until Moses hit Temple in the face and Temple hit his head on the concrete on Commerce Street. He was taken to the hospital, underwent surgery, and was sent to Carpenter's House Hospice, where he on February 15th. Moses has been arrested for second-degree battery.
Okay, so you just saw that clip. From what I saw in that video of that fight, it didn't look like, Trevor did it with intent. It was more like the guy was the one who started it by sucker punching Trevor out of nowhere. So what happened was Trevor, got into an argument with a group of women, and the guy that Trevor got into a fight with, he goes by the name of Christopher Temple. He leads the women away from, to stop the argument. And Trevor goes talking to this other guy, just a simple conversation, normal conversation. As Trevor is like, not paying any attention of the other guy. Mind you, the guy is named Christopher Temple. Yeah, he has on a white cap. So as Trevor is, having a conversation with this other guy that's unnamed, Christopher Temple sneaks up behind Trevor Moses and sucker punches him. And as Trevor begins to fall, the man Christopher immediately comes up to Trevor and starts wailing on him. And even with that sucker punch and his punches that was trying to give him the advantage, it did not stop Trevor Moses from getting up and catching this win, because when he got back up, they started fighting. And when they was fighting, Trevor gave him the punch that led him all the way with his head, making contact with that concrete. And now the man was laid out. He had to go to the hospital with, got this concussion. Christopher Temple at that time was announced dead when he made it to the hospital. So let me read you this article right here. This is one of those cases where social media is running ahead of the facts, police said. Here's what actually known Trevor Moses is currently charged with second-degree battery after a fight eventually led to Christopher Temple's death, but that may not be the final charge, as prosecutors are now considering upgrading it to a homicide. How it was self-defense. He got hit first. The heck? Surveillance video shows Moses wearing a white hoodie in Temple outside Sandbar in downtown Shreveport on January 26. Suddenly, Temple punches Moses, then continues hitting him as Moses struggles to get up. That is where the initial altercation where Chris hits Trevor occurs, and at which point in time that is kind of broken up and another scuffle happens a few minutes later down the road, said Shreveport Police CPL Chris Borderland. Minutes later, Moses runs down the sidewalk to approach Temple, this time outside Phoenix 2.0. Shreveport police said Moses then punched Temple in the face. Temple fell backwards, hitting his head on the sidewalk. He was hospitalized until his death on February 15th. While a video circulated on social media captures part of the altercation, police say it does not tell the full story. The video of the final incident, ultimately leading to the death of the individual, is not social media for obvious reasons. That's going to be used in court. Should it go to court, Borderland said. Another misconception online is that Moses has already been charged with homicide and is in jail. Police said that is false. Right now, he is only facing second-degree battery and is not in jail. While Moses claims self-defense, one attorney says that that may not hold up in court. Shreveport attorney Royal Alexander said there are 5 elements of self-defense, one of which is avoidance. Alexander reviewed with KTBS the video of the first part of the altercation. He points out when Trevor hits Moses, then when everything calms down, all the self-defense defense has gone away, Alexander said, noting Moses did not walk away after the first fight ended. Again, referring to the video, Alexander points to Moses appearing to go find Temple. Now I think he loses the right of self-defense because he's now going to the fight instead of retreat, Alexander said. This case is complex and Shreveport Police Department is working closely with the Caddo Parish District Attorney's Office to ensure a fair and impartial legal process. It's important to clarify that the other individual involved in this incident was not arrested because he is deceased, Borderland said. We urge the public to rely on verified information from credible sources rather than misleading reports that create unnecessary division. Please keep the families and loved ones of all involved in your thoughts and prayers as they navigate this difficult situation. Okay, according to this article, it sounds like it's not telling the truth, because from what I'm hearing that the dude hit Trevor and he started wailing on Trevor, and Trevor, got up and started fighting back and ended up punching him, and he fell and hit his head on the concrete. He didn't chase down the man, he fought back. So this article is not telling the truth. And this is why I hate going to articles. I try to just read by what I go by the video, because they're not going to tell you the whole story. The media don't like to tell you the whole story. They don't tell you the full truth. They always come with misinformation. That is why it's important to have these videos. And notice on that video, when the dude hits Trevor, you know what I'm saying? When they start to fight, it doesn't, it shows him wailing on Trevor, and that's it. It doesn't show the full video. Now, where's the full video? I don't know. And I need to find that video so I can rely on that rather than reading what I just read, because that's not, from what I heard, that's not what happened. They said the dude hit Trevor, wasn't on Trevor. Trevor got up, fought back, and hit him with the final blow that made him land on his head on the concrete. He goes to the hospital, was pronounced dead. So guys, be careful what you read or wherever you go to look up stories, because even articles that you look up, you ain't gonna find the whole truth. And next thing you know, you're on a video telling misinformation where, and because nobody don't want to reveal what's going on, the whole video shows. So of course this was going to like go against him, to get him locked up for something that he didn't initiate. So there's another clip that I'm gonna play. It's Christopher Temple's friend, and she wants to, try to play good girl role in this. Let me roll that clip.
Of one Webster Parish man, and KSLA News 12's Donna Kia watched the footage of one of those fights with Shreveport police and spoke to them as the investigation continues. Donna, what can you tell us?
Ashley, these incidents occurred in late January and was reportedly between 43-year-old Christopher Temple and 25-year-old Trevor Moses. In the aftermath of the two altercations, Temple ultimately on February 15th, according to the coroner. Moses was charged and arrested on second-degree battery and is out on bond. According to Shreveport police, on January 26, Christopher Temple and Trevor Moses got into a fight near the Sandbar on Spring Street in downtown Shreveport. KSLA watched a video with police of that altercation where they say it appears Temple hit Moses. Police say in the moments following that at 400 Commerce Street, the conflict continued where Moses reportedly attacked Temple, ultimately leading to Temple.
We're very aware of what the public is saying. Obviously, this is a complicated matter. You have an incident that occurs in which this man is obviously the victim. He's struck first, and then he returns later, and another incident ensues, ultimately resulting in the death of that individual.
Earlier this month, Moses was charged with second-degree battery. He has since bonded out.
And at this point in time, he has not been charged with the individual because we understand there's moving parts. So we're communicating with the Caddo Parish District Attorney's Office to determine if any charges should be upgraded, what they should be. And it's really just an unfortunate situation.
After Temple was pronounced, KSLA spoke with one of his close friends. She spoke highly on Temple's character and said what people are posting on social media is not helping the grieving family.
Let's let this unfold and let's stop mocking, if anything, so that the family can grieve, friends can grieve in ways that are healthy, because honestly, all of this is doing is leading to more violence online.
She also said there's two sides to every story.
From here, I hope that maybe we can all just let the justice system take care of it from here.
Shreveport police say they feel for all the families involved.
We really want to speak to our community to ensure that people make good decisions. Don't put themselves in situations that can ultimately end in some type of tragedy like this.
Shreveport police say they ultimately see.
Okay, so you saw that second clip, and they are really trying to bring this guy down. He's getting charged for second battery, even though he was hit first, and then they're gonna have the nerves to discuss whether the charges should be upgraded. So this right here tells you that as a black person, you can't stand your ground law, trying to defend yourself don't mean nothing. Like, it doesn't apply to any of us, because trust and believe, if the roles were switched, if they were reversed, and Trevor hit Christopher and Christopher hits Trevor back and leading Trevor to hit his head on the concrete and pass away, you best to believe Christopher Temple will be walking free right now. No charges with nothing. But since it's Trevor that's black and Christopher Temple that's white, they gonna try to figure out some kind of way to get him put down. The double standard, the double standard and the racism, has been shown, in your face. The proof It just hits you in the face every time. So what if the story says, you know, Trevor, you know, chased him down and hit him, and that's when he got knocked out and passed away? I don't really believe that. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make that up to, you know, get this man thrown away in prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying that he's chasing them down, Trevor chasing them down. And so what? He shouldn't have had hit him in the first place. You know? I don't understand, like, why you know, we get hit or anything happens to us, we gotta sit there and take it. It's like these people be like, how dare you defend yourself and knock one of our people from our community out because they hit you? You had no right to do this and that. You walk away. No. You know, you talking about he needs to, you know, retrieve, you know, walk away and all that. You hit me, I'm hitting back. That's self-defense. Like, what if, and suppose he tried to walk away and then Christopher kept on coming at him. What then? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody hit me and keep hitting me, you know what I'm saying, to the point that I might phase out if I keep taking out those punches. No, I'm not gonna take that because this system is based off of, you know, majority for them. You know, I gotta fight back, like even because those punches I'm taking could put me in the hospital and I might not make it. So by me fighting back, I'm preventing that from happening. And if, you know, the guy ends up getting hurt or end up passing away from his injuries, oh well, that's on him because he shouldn't have put his hands on me first. And then Christopher's friend gonna have the nerve to be like, oh, let the family grieve and all that. Oh, you grieve, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell us to about nothing about no mocking and all. I don't, because I really don't care. First of all, your best friend had it coming. You should have told your best friend, you know, to stop. You know, your best friend had no business putting his hands on people. So if you was there at that party, you know what I'm saying, and you were to see your friend punch somebody, you should have intervened and been like, hey, stop, don't do that. But you know, I don't think you was there. But still, your best friend knows better not to put his hands on nobody. That's assault. You know, he could have went to. He should, if he was still alive, he should be charged for assault. But because he got beat down and it led to his deathbed, and now you want talking about let this family grieve and all that, bro. We're not showing no sympathy for somebody who intentionally tries to hurt people. Ain't no telling what those punches would have led to Trevor if he kept taking those. So I'm not trying to hear any of that. And then we don't get the whole video of what really happened, and we're just getting, oh, he chased him down and that's when he struck him and all that, and it took him out. No, I want the whole video so I can do an update. So anybody who's familiar with the story and found the update and found the whole video, please post it, the link on the comment section so I can click the whole thing and I can do an update video on this. This is JG, always on topics, saying peace out.